Welcome to SigniFlow Academy, where our ninjas show you how to use your system to its full potential. In this video, we'll explore how to create a workflow, how to add documents and signature fields, and how to place fillable fields onto the document before sending it for signing. First, login. From the home screen, you can start a workflow by simply dragging a document into the drop zone, or choose one or more documents to upload from your device. To use the document template or another method in the dropdown, please visit SigniFlow Academy for these training videos. After the upload, your document will appear in the central document viewer. The system automatically adjusts the display to fit your screen size. To manually adjust the document size, select a display percentage from the dropdown in the top bar. At the top of the central document viewer, you'll see the document name. Further to the right in the blue bar, there are several options which we'll cover later in the video. In the sub-menu bar on the left of the screen, you'll find the workflow options. The function you are on will be highlighted. The workflow setup will automatically step you through from top to bottom, but you can navigate up or down between the documents and recipients by clicking on the item. When uploading a document, it's automatically added to a new portfolio, which is a similar concept as adding documents to a digital envelope, but with more functionality. The portfolio is named after the first document uploaded. To rename the portfolio, click the pencil icon and enter a new name. On the Add Documents section, you can add more documents to your portfolio. To rename any document, click the pencil icon next to its name. To view document page thumbnails, click the arrow icon. Clicking on a thumbnail will load that page into the viewer. You can rearrange document order by dragging them into place. Clicking on the ellipses gives you more options, including renaming the document. You can add a document placeholder, which reserves a blank placeholder for a document to be uploaded by a recipient in the workflow, for example, an ID or supporting document. You can force the upload of a document into a placeholder and enable contributor notifications to keep all collaborators informed. Some of the document and template functions require recipients to be loaded first. These functions and templates must be applied after you have added recipients and are also available on the Recipients tab. We will look at them later in this video. Here, you can delete a document. You can copy document info to your clipboard. Clicking on the trash icon will delete the document. The number of pages contained in the document will be displayed. Click Next to move to the Recipients panel. Here, you'll add the people who need to sign or act on the document. You can choose between electronic signatures, which are quick image-based signatures, or digital signatures, which are cryptographic certificate-based signatures that embed timestamps, user data, and seals the document after each signature. You have two workflow options. A simple workflow is a quick setup with basic actions like sign, approve, or view. An advanced workflow enables the creation of customized workflows for each document, allowing you to assign specific recipients and control their visibility for enhanced security and access management. For more information regarding advanced workflow and how to use it, please watch our advanced workflow tutorial video in the description. Signing order is ticked by default and enforces a specific sequence of events, meaning that signing or approving will step through the workflow users one at a time. A person needs to complete their required actions before the next person can sign. This is called sequential workflow and Bolter's compliance. If signing order is unticked, all recipients will receive the document at the same time and can complete their required actions in any order. This is known as parallel signing. To add a recipient, type their name and details. The typing assistant will suggest previously used contacts. If you need to sign, your name will always appear first on the list. For each recipient, select the required action. Needs to sign. Requires the person to sign the document. Face-to-face signing. For in-person signing sessions. Needs to approve. Requires the person to approve the workflow. Viewer. Can view the document without taking action. Copy only. Receives a final copy via email after completion. Enable Send Completed Email. If turned off, no one will receive an email with the final document. If enabled, which is the default, all recipients will receive a copy of the final document attached to an email. Enable Allow Proxy, which will allow any recipient to nominate someone else to sign on their behalf. You can add the recipient's mobile number. This is especially necessary if the recipient must receive a one-time PIN via a text message, which can be configured by the business administrator. When adding a recipient, their contact card is automatically created and saved to your contacts for future use. Once configured, click Save and Repeat to add more recipients. Drag recipients to change signing order or adjust the order number manually. If you adjust the order number to the same number as another recipient, or you drag one contact card onto another, it will create a group and give the group a name. When a group is created, you can specify how many of the recipients in the group needs to sign in order to move the workflow along. For instance, if you have 2 senior directors and only need 1 to sign, set the signature count to 1. Or if you have 3 and only 2 needs to sign out of 3, then set it to 2. All recipients in the group will receive the document at the same time, and require the signature count to be reached to fulfill the group's quota and move to the next person or group to sign. If the signature count quota is reached, the other recipients in the group will not be able to sign. On the top right of the document, there are icons in the blue ribbon. The first item allows you to apply a workflow template that was saved previously. This will add all the recipients and their required action configured in the template. The second icon allows you to apply a forms template, also referred to as a doc prepper template that you saved previously. This will add all fillable fields onto the document. The third icon allows you to save a template. There are 2 template types when saving a template. A field template will save the fillable fields layout that you have placed on the document for reuse in the future. To save a field template, add the relevant fields, name the template, select the scope, and save. You can reuse this field template in future workflows. Recipient template saves the list of recipients and their required actions as a reusable template. To save a recipient template, add the recipients first, enter a template name, choose the scope, and click Save. The fourth icon allows you to delete the document in view. The eye icon, second from right, allows you to control document visibility. When you click on it, the list of recipients that are able to view this document will appear. Click on the eye icon in the contact card to toggle viewing rights on or off. If set to off, this recipient will not be able to view this document in the workflow. If someone in the workflow is required to perform an action on a document, you cannot revoke their viewing rights to the document. With the last icon, you can copy document info to your clipboard. This information is useful when logging a support call with SigniFlow. Note: these options are always available in the top right corner of the document viewer, no matter where in the workflow creation process you are. Click Next to open the Fields panel. Under Field Options, choose the workflow recipient that you want to assign fields to. To add a field, click the field type, then click on the document to place it. We will now explore the functionality of each field. First, the signature field. Simply click and place the field on the document. This is the most commonly used field in SigniFlow, as it places a signature field for the relevant recipient to sign the document. Once a field has been placed on the document, a tab with field settings will become visible on the right. Here you can copy or remove the field. You can also reassign the field to a different person. This is particularly handy when you've made a mistake and want to reassign fields to the correct recipients. Next, you can adjust the position using the X and Y coordinates. You are also able to change the dimension or size of the field using exact width and height pixel values. The easiest way to position and resize a field is to simply drag it to where you want it on the document and resize it with the mouse pointer by dragging the edges inwards or outwards. When you are happy with size and placing, simply move to the next field. Next, you have the Initials field. This field will place one or more initial fields on the document. If you need the recipient to initial every page, simply click the Place on Every Page button in Field Settings section on the right. This will place an initial field on every page in the same position as where you placed it on this page. If a specific page does not need an initial, simply navigate to that page and remove it. Mandatory text fields are fields that must be filled in with text before you can proceed. Open text fields are fields that are optional to complete and can be left blank to proceed. When placing a read-only text field, the text to display in the field must be filled in the Field Settings panel, where it says Read-Only Text. This text cannot be changed by any recipient. The next set of fields are system-filled fields, meaning SigniFlow will automatically populate the relevant fields with information. The name field will fill the relevant participant's name as captured when the contact was created. The date field will fill in the date that the document is actioned by the relevant recipient. The email address field will fill the relevant recipient's email address, as captured when the contact was created. The contact number field will fill the relevant recipient's contact telephone number, as captured when the contact was created. The designation field will fill the relevant participant's designation from their profile. The checkbox field is an interactive element that allows the recipient to tick or untick a box to indicate a choice. Here, the validation setting for a checkbox field controls whether or not the checkbox must be selected before the signer can complete their action. The minimum and maximum settings come into play only when you have multiple checkboxes grouped together. These settings are used to control how many checkboxes a signer is allowed or required to select. The minimum value refers to the minimum number of checkboxes the signer must select in the group. The maximum value refers to the number of checkboxes the signer can select in the group. To add more checkboxes, simply click on the plus icon. The drop-down field is a form field that lets a recipient select a single option from a predefined list. You are able to add relevant drop-down options in either a list or series. You are able to apply a visual stamp, usually a pre-configured image, like a company stamp or icon. The date selector field allows a signer or participant to select a specific date from a calendar pop-up, instead of typing it manually, or using the date field which SigniFlow automatically populate. The last two fields are ad hoc face-to-face signatures and ad hoc face-to-face initial. Please watch our video on face-to-face signatures in the video description below. Once done, you can check that all fields have been placed or assigned correctly or reassign them to other recipients. Click Next to access the Message tab. Here, you can either apply a predefined message set by the administrator or write a personalized message that recipients will receive on the email notification and when opening the document. Click Next to set the portfolio due date. This feature allows you to set a specific due date for the portfolio. If the Auto Expire feature is activated, it will automatically expire the workflow if it is not completed by the date you specified as the due date. There are 3 email sharing options. The default option notifies all recipients via email that there is a document in SigniFlow that requires their attention. The second option, Skip All, will disable email notifications to all recipients. The third option, Skip First, will only skip the first recipient, but all other recipients in the workflow will still receive email notifications. SigniFlow has a built-in high priority and auto-remind feature. Toggling on high priority will send out email notification as a high priority email, and the auto-remind feature will automatically remind the recipient or recipients via daily email reminders that there are outstanding actions required on the document. Once done, click Send to release the workflow. And that's it. You've successfully created a workflow in SigniFlow. For more tutorials, check out our other SigniFlow Academy videos in the description. Thank you for watching SigniFlow Academy, request a demo, or keep watching SigniFlow Academy to learn more.